What's up YouTube? Hope you're already well, guys. Thanks for coming in to have a look at the video. As you've seen in the title, this one's going to be about the motivations. So not going to be about kind of what I've been up to this last week or so. If you're following me on Instagram or on Facebook, you've probably seen kind of what I've been up to. I'm going to do more of an overall video of this last week and this coming week in the video next week for the 4-week challenge weigh-in video. So I'm going to go a little bit more into detail then about that. So today I just wanted to go a little bit about the motivations behind what I'm doing at the moment. Now I don't mean just, okay, well I want to lose weight, that's my motivation. There are lots of key things behind what's keeping me going, what's motivating me, what are my end goals. There are going to be too many to do a video on. I'm just going to highlight 5 of them. The one I'm going to call the main 5 of what's keeping me going at the moment. These aren't going to be in any particular order of importance. They're just kind of as I've prepared them. The first one, if any, is probably going to be the most important. So that one, may as well start off with, is my daughter. Now, for those of you who know me, you know my daughter. This is her. This is Daisy May. You may have also seen her on one of my Instagram videos recently where we went and did our healthy food shop. She's coming up 9 and she literally is the centre of my universe. My whole world is based around this little girl. Now, whilst I've been able to be a good father to her from a loving, nurturing, supportive side of things, I do feel like I have let her down on more than one occasion from my weight, and that's going to come down to a few things. Not being able to do certain activities with her, not showing and supporting the right healthy kind of lifestyle. It's difficult to really properly portray what a healthy lifestyle should be. Now, she is very active. She's a very, very active girl. She does dancing, gymnastics, she goes swimming, she does all the right things. She eats clean, she drinks clean, she only drinks water. She sets the example to me, if anything. And I'm really glad that she's like that, because I mean, it's come from me telling and asking her to do these kind of things, but not from me showing it. And that's really where it should come from. As a parent, I should be setting the example to my child of this is how you live and support yourself through a healthy lifestyle. So I need to make sure that I can provide that side of parenting to her as well. She certainly gets that with her mum, but with me as well. I want to be able to say that I'm not just going to be kind of the fat dad for life. And that kind of brings me on to the next point with it as well, is unfortunately kids are mean, and as she grows up I don't want to be any reason why she would have any ridicule against her. Kids can be horrible, and when they cotton on to the fact that she has currently a morbidly obese dad, I don't want that to be something that is used against her in any shape, way or form. And it would crush me to know that my weight would cause her any pain in that way, any emotional pain that she would have to deal with. So that's something that I would hope would never happen, but kids being kids, unfortunately, as I'm sure you all know, at one point or another, kids can be horrible. And also, unfortunately, it is harsh truth, because I am kind of morbidly obese. I am those kind of things that I worry about being talked about. So it's within my power to do something about, so I'm going to use that power to actually change my life for that. And then it comes to the activities. Now, Daisy is a huge fan of going to swimming pools, like the family swimming pools. Now, whilst I'm happy at going into kind of my swimming pool that I go into, kind of the 25-metre pool, doing my lengths, the only bit that worries me is walking from the changing room to the pool, from the pool to the changing room. Once I'm in the pool, I'm fine. I'm deep in water, I'm doing a thing, and I'm in and out, and I'm good with that. But if any of you guys are parents yourselves, or if with family and friends, or even just when you've grown up, you remember what they're like. The family pools there are a lot shallower waters, so you often have an area for the swimming. You then have an area for slides and various things like the tubes and all these different things that you can do. And so you spend a lot of the time as a parent stood up, walking your children around to these bits and following them around. And that for me is far too exposed for me, because my entire upper body is out, and that's the biggest part of me is all this excess fat that is surrounding my upper body, and having that on display for people is far too daunting for me at the moment. So I want to be able to do that. And yes, a lot of my issues that and motivations I'm coming down to are going to be mental things, and I don't necessarily have to wait until the very end of this process to do that, but there will be times when I hit that kind of mental barrier, and I think, you know, I can do that now. I'm happy to. I've lost so much weight that I'm now in a place that I'm happy to go and do these things. Some of the things also with my daughter are physical limitations. So she likes going to amusement parks. Now, even in my slimmer days, I haven't been to an amusement park, but concentrating on now, there's a lot of them I can't go to. There are weight restrictions on these things. I've looked them up, and I go above the weight restriction. I'm probably also above the size restriction, because a lot of the rides you see, they kind of sit down, they get kind of clamped into these kind of seats, and for people I know, they've said they're quite tight, and that's when they're actually moderately sized people. So thinking of me, and I'm a very, very large person, I can't think how I would fit in them. So I don't want to take that risk currently of paying for this day out, going there with my daughter, standing in these hour queues, getting to the front and then being told, oh, sorry, you can't go on. Oh, but also your daughter can't go on because she needs an adult with her. And it just ruined the day. So that's a risk I'm not being able to take. I'm not going to do it. But again, once I hit these goals, these are things that I'm going to be able to start doing and start kind of experiencing that extra side of life with my daughter, because there's so much that we're looking forward to doing. There's so much that we can still do, and it just opens up another parental avenue for me, and that's something I'm so excited about. So that's my first kind of big motivational goal, is to experience a much kind of healthier lifestyle with my daughter that we can enjoy together. Now the next one, I also do have a little picture for this as well, is this right here. Now one of my best friends is getting married, and this is his call to me, as well as a few of his other friends, to come and be part of his groom's party and be his groomsman, and what an honour, and I'm really looking forward to that. Now I have been part of 2 weddings as a groomsman previously, and thrilled to have been part of those. I was so honoured to be there, but I was the size I am now, and there was something inside me that felt I let them down, and they haven't said that, they've never given that impression, don't think that, but for me, when I turn up and they're all the rest of the groomsmen and the groom's party have been in their suits, which they've kind of got a special suit from a special place, the wedding suit, and the wedding place doesn't go up to my size, so I've had to use just the standard work suit that I've got, which is just a big guy suit. Doesn't look particularly nice, it's not an attractive suit, doesn't fit and look well or anything like that. So I really felt disappointed in myself for not kind of putting in a bit of effort, at least for them, given the notice that I had, to actually be able to be part of that special day in that special way, to be part of that with the suits, to feel comfortable in the photos. Now, I've seen the photos, they come out great, and some of the people that did the photos, they did an amazing job, and there are ones that I'm genuinely happy about, but there are also ones that I see and I think, oh, it looks so big in that, and that's a worry I don't want to have. Now, this friend, my friend Daniel, he's getting married in just under 2 years, so that gives me an amazing amount of time, not only to lose weight, but also to start sculpting a better physique and a better body, so that I can turn up on the day and be confident and be happy, and just not have that worry of, where's the camera, what kind of angle is this going to be getting on me, and is it going to be directly from the side, am I going to be completely huge in this photo? I can just relax and enjoy it, and also, as I say, this is one of my motivations, so also my friend will know that this has been something that I've been looking forward to as a goal and a reason to motivate myself. So yeah, Daniel, if you're watching, this is for you as well, buddy, and I look forward to the day. I'm honoured to be part of the day, and I'm really looking forward to going and picking out one of those suits with you, and yeah, looking good for the day. So that's motivation number 2. Number 3, a little bit more difficult to talk about, is relationships. Now, anybody who is big and has been reserved in relationships will appreciate this, because it's very difficult when you don't love yourself to allow somebody to love you. Now, a lot of people will say, well, it shouldn't matter what you look like and all these kind of things. And that's true for one perspective. It certainly shouldn't. And I'm not that kind of person who only would either find attractive people, the kind of people that I would want to be with, or similarly think that I have to be attractive to be able to have someone like me. But I have had people that have liked me for who I am, for how I am, and I've not felt comfortable in that relationship for the reason of, I don't like me. I look in the mirror and I don't like what I see. And that is a huge mental block. Some people may have experienced it themselves, where you look at yourself and you think, well, if I can't love me, how can anyone else? How can they truly say that I am handsome, or if you go that I am beautiful, or anything like that? That's something that you will understand if you've been in that situation, and it really does kind of make you push people back. And I live in a shell in relationships. I don't let people in. I portray a happy person, and I do all the time. And a lot of the time I am genuinely happy. I'm a pretty happy guy, but I do hold pain inside, and a lot of that is directed at my outward appearance, so that is something that I've got to deal with. And as the weight starts falling and I start building a bit more self-confidence with myself, that's something I would love to be able to do, is to meet somebody who I can kind of have a future with. And I mean, I'm so blessed to be a father, and I would love that again. I would love to have a family and kind of do the whole kind of house, marriage, kids thing, and that's something that is a huge ambition for me in kind of the other side of my life. But to get to that point where I'm happy to put myself in that position, I've got to lose the weight. So yeah, big focus for myself is to put myself in a position where I'm more confident with myself, and I can look at myself and be happy. And then once I can love myself, I can allow and let people to love me without it being something that I think, not what I think they do, but I think is false, because I truly believe that I have to love myself first before I will let anybody else. So yeah, another big motivation tool there for me. Next one is work. Now, this isn't to say that I don't like my job. I love my job. I'm truly happy in the job that I'm in, but I also think that there is so much more I have to offer. There's so much more that I can be than what I am right now. There are dreams and ambitions that I had as a child. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about when every young kind of boy wants to be a footballer or wants to be a movie star or wants to do these. My big goal when I was a young lad was to be a policeman, and that's something that is an achievable goal. That is an achievable dream. And that's something that I would love to be able to put myself in a position, not necessarily, I might not even do it, but put myself in a position where I am fit enough to do it, where I've done the entrance exams and I've done the things to qualify me to be able to say, okay, you can do this. I would love to be part of that, and if that became what I ended up doing, amazing. But yeah, I'd love to be able to put myself in a position where I can achieve a goal that I dreamed of as a child, and also in the job that I'm in now. I firmly believe that given an extra level of confidence, which would come from me believing in myself more, from having half the man I am now, being what I am being perceived as, because once I lose this weight, I know that I won't stand out like a literal elephant in the room anymore. I won't be described when people come in and, oh, who did you speak to the other day? Oh, the fat bald man at the front, or just, that has been said before, by the way. That's not just me kind of being harsh to myself. Somebody has literally said, oh, I spoke to the fat bald man at the front, and that is really, really difficult for me to hear down the line when that's how it's been described. It's so horrible, and I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to just be based on my appearance. That's how people just kind of discern who I am. I am so much more than that, and I think that my confidence will grow, and the opportunities that I'll open up for myself just from my being happy with myself will be limitless. I think I will open up a lot of opportunities, not only in my place of employment now, but also elsewhere, if that was something that I decided to do down the line. We're not even necessarily talking in the short term, that could be long term, that I decide to do something else with my life. So I'd like to be able to give myself some more opportunities and more chances that I don't have now. So that'll be a great first thing for me as well. Lastly, I wanted to talk about activities, because I know we covered a few kind of in a few of the previous motivations there. For example, with Daisy and the Alton Towers, kind of the amusement parks and things like that. But also, I think that kind of deserves its own little motivation, because there's so many things that I can't do now that I wish that I could do. I've had opportunities to do activities with my friends, both in and out of work, and I've had to say no. I've had friends who've gone to something here in the UK called Go Ape. If you're from abroad and you don't have that there, it's you go up into trees all safely. It's kind of like walkways between trees and things like that. You have swing ropes, and you have kind of zip lines that you go down. And there are weight restrictions. I'm well above the weight restrictions, so I can't do that. So I've missed out on a few opportunities to go and do that. With work, there was recently a fun-looking obstacle, sort of soft play obstacle course, which I just looked at and I thought, there's absolutely that wasn't a weight restriction, so there's absolutely no way I could do that and enjoy this and do this properly. So I didn't put myself down for it. There's a charity skydive. I'm too heavy for that. I couldn't do that. So there's so many things that I have missed out on, where I've had to either sit at the sidelines and watch people do, or just not go in the first place. Another one, again, wasn't a weight restriction, but I actually ended up doing the activity, was paintballing. A few years ago we went paintballing, and whilst there wasn't the weight restriction to do it, there was the overalls that you had to wear to actually kind of go in over your clothes, and I literally just fit in this overall. I mean, I'm talking kind of breathing in, everything sucked in, pushing everything into this overall, just about getting it up here, and then just kind of walking around like this because I can't move, and I'm getting shot all the time, but I can't move and I can't run. And that was horrible, and that was... So from my starting weight, which 26 stone, 10 pounds, that was about 3 stone before that. So if I went paintballing now, I wouldn't be able to fit in that, because I literally just fit in it then. So things like that a lot of people will never understand, because they will never have been somewhere and been told, you are too big to be here. You are too heavy to be here. I don't want to have to worry about those conversations anymore. I don't want to have to worry about, am I going to have to have an extender on an aeroplane. Luckily, I haven't had to have one yet, but I don't want to have to worry about that. Those kind of things are huge motivations for me. So yeah, those kind of the big 5 that if I come to a dark day one day down the line and I think, I don't know why I'm doing this anymore, it's too hard, it's too difficult, I'm not enjoying the diet, I'm not enjoying the exercise, which hopefully I never do, because I'm absolutely loving it. I can look back at this video where the motivation is high, where the support is high, and think, that's why I'm doing it. Those 5 reasons. And then as I tick each one off, and I think, do you know what, we've got to the wedding date, tick, done. We've gone to Alton Towers with my daughter, tick, done. I can start to feel an even greater sense of achievement. And whilst this last, obviously those are the 5, and I wanted to kind of mention one other thing. It's not a motivation in terms of a goal, but something that is truly helping me. I know I've mentioned it a few times already, but the support that all you guys have given me across Instagram, Facebook, and here on YouTube has just been phenomenal. I mean, I truly am so humbled by it, because I just did this for me to kind of have something to kind of keep a record for myself. Didn't think anybody would care tuppence about it, but I don't think there's been a day yet in this whole process where I haven't come home from work or come home from the gym, where I've been doing my videos, put up my photos, where I haven't had messages to respond to, supportive messages, advice messages, and likes to respond to, comments to respond to, shares to thank for doing it. And it's just been amazing. There have been days where I know for a fact, had I not been doing this, I would have cheated the diet. Had I not been doing this, I wouldn't have gone to the gym on certain days, because I have that give up nature when something does start getting hard, and that's something that I've had to deal with over the last kind of 10 years. Is I've when I hit that wall and I found it difficult, I have stopped. But having this support system has really kept me going and will continue to keep me going. I mean, now I've built momentum and I am just away. For those of you who have been kind of talking about this with me kind of in person, you'll have seen it yourself, that I am truly committed to this. I am 100% in it, and there is no stopping me now as far as I'm concerned right now at this minute. So that is down to you guys, because the support that has been coming from family, friends, and complete strangers from across the world, who some of you guys now I speak to quite regularly, and it's just been amazing getting to know you guys, and some of you are on your own journeys as well, and it's been amazing to know that there's been a few people who have looked at my page and the things that I'm doing, have taken motivation from it. So it's truly, truly amazing, and that is probably the biggest motivation that I have at the moment to help me achieve my goals, is the support from my friend Craig, who's doing my nutrition, my friends at all the various cardio classes that I'm doing, the staff down at my local gym who have helped me with certain exercises, everybody in my friends, family, and you guys across the social media who are continuing on sending supportive messages, or just saying that looks awesome, or just a thumbs up emoji, just something that lets me know you've looked at what I've done, you've looked at what I'm going to do, or you've looked at anything that I've posted photos of, and you've gone, you're doing the right thing there. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. It really does mean the world to me, as I'm sure you can see from me saying it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how next week comes. We've got the 4th week weigh-in next Monday. So last week, you may know that I hit 10.5 pounds. So the goal of 14 should kind of be well within reach. I may have even hit that today. I won't know until next week, but had I been losing the weight that I had been in the first couple, I could be kind of over that already. So it'll be interesting to see where I end up. If I'm going to put a number on it, I would love to be somewhere in the region of about 18-19 pounds based on what I'd done in the first couple of weeks. As long as I hit my goal, I am thrilled, because that is 1 stone done, and I never have to worry about that again. I will never be 26 stone something again, and I'm pushing then onwards to get rid of the 25 number, and I'm going to take each one as we go and just wave off the number. So bye-bye 25, bye-bye 24, bye-bye 23, and I'll never be that weight again. So yeah, we'll see how next week goes. It's going to be really interested, and obviously if you guys are enjoying the videos and haven't yet found me over on Instagram, or haven't yet found me over on Facebook, depending which one of those you have, or if you have both, do come over and have a look. It's Wicks Weight Loss, as it is on everything: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It's Wicks Weight Loss. There's more posts that go out on Instagram daily. So yeah, do come over and have a look. And yeah, thanks again, guys. So I will hope to see you next week. Hopefully have a good number for you as well, as I'm going to repay all your support, all your love, and all your kindness with weight loss. So until then, take care.